Hey people, welcome to another tip of the week, and this time we're going to talk about use of reverb. There are several ways that we use a lot, and sometimes it can be the art of not making your sound too wet. Wetness is great and it will sound very smoothly, but you don't want to overdo it. So what we have right here is, I just opened up RC48 of Softube. Very nice reverb. There's tons of reverbs that you can use, but just try to look a little bit at the settings and I'm sure you can replicate it in any reverb that you're using. However, this is a really nice one. When you open it up, it will sound like this. Always wetness full on. The melody that I use for this tutorial is the melody of the track you have with W&W Do It For You. Just got in a random sound, random preset. I turned off all reverb now and then it sounds a little bit like this. But we want to make it pump. We want to make it a little bit wet, and we want to, to get this sound smoothly in the track and to give it some nice vibes. So just got the RC on it. When you turn it on, it's completely wet, and when you use it, and this is like the standard setting, sounds like this. There's a lot of reverb, and you're completely losing the attack and energy in here, and that's what we don't want. So you press mix in here, and this way you can adjust the dry wet. I always like, as a basic setting for reverb, to keep the reverb short. You don't want a note to hit and to make it last until the end of the melody, because then all notes sound, I can show you, it will sound like this. All notes sounding through each other, it's pretty horrible. So I always like to keep it short. I will, just to show what happens exactly, I will keep the dry wet at about 50%. That way you can hear very nicely what's going on. I always like to keep it short. So here I'm adjusting the size, making it way smaller, making the time that it hits a lot smaller. Now turning it off completely, sounds like this. And on. Maybe a little bit too short, so we are increasing the length of the reverb. Also, you don't want the low end to be too reverby, because that way the track will get muddy, and you don't want that. And you can adjust the crossover in here, putting it around 1,500 hertz, and then getting rid of the bass a little bit. But we don't want that, so we're turning it down. I also want the notes always to hit really clean, so I always add a little bit of pre-delay. That way, it's the moment that the reverb hits gets delayed a little bit, making space for the note to hit. Really overdriven. And a little bit more reverb. Now it sounds very natural. If you're going to put it in the track, of course you can add more reverb, but this is a really good basic setting for me. And usually I add a little bit more reverb throughout the track, but my number one tip is keep it short and then adjust later on. Don't get it too wet from the beginning, because you will lose track of what's going on. Thank you guys for watching this first reverb tip. Hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. And stay tuned on this channel for more info, more tips and tricks. And we will be right back with you. See ya.